Hey guys, how's it going? Stoutman coming back at you once again, and today I've got even more cool stuff to show ya. So, yeah, as I usually do, I found some pretty cheap pickups. I like to buy me some Blu-rays. What can I say? Can't keep a stout man down. So, I went back to my old stomping grounds on GoHastings.com. They had another 30% off sale, so I took advantage of that, and I picked up 3 titles for about $5 each. You know how it goes. You know, they never really have any specific, prices that really make any sense, and when you add in the 30% off, it kind of, goes all wacky. So I think it came to about a little bit over $15. But, yeah, that's with shipping included and whatnot, so... Anyways, I've got those 3 titles to talk about, and then I've got another thing that I picked up from Amazon for $5, which I've already damaged because I was carrying it over here. I'm just looking at it now and discovering that I damaged it. I was carrying it over here, and I guess I squeezed down too hard on the eco case. Eco cases. What really sucks is that it's really apparent too, and you'll see it. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a few seconds, but yeah. Anyways, let's just get started, shall we? I think this is probably my best pickup because I've not seen this for $5 or even around this price for at all, basically. And it is the National Lampoons Vacation Blu-ray. Now, I think there may be a pack of like 2 or 3 of the movies, of the vacation movies out there on Blu-ray. But, I don't know, I don't like the European Vacation movie that much. The only other one I'm really interested in seeing on Blu-ray is Vegas Vacation. Vegas Vacation is hilarious. It's brilliant. It's underrated, underappreciated. And, yeah. I believe it's still only on DVD. So, yeah, anyway. At least I picked up the original National Lampoons Vacation here on Blu-ray. I guess, hold on. Let me see if I can find my DVD of this. There we go. See? I've got the DVD right here. I've got National Lampoons Vacation. I wish they would have stuck with this artwork. This artwork is goddamn glorious. It's beautiful. And compared to this fucking clown shoes over here, like, no. There's no comparison. This is the better artwork. Of course, comedy double feature, not really, being a part of the better artwork. But, the actual hand-drawn stuff, which they just don't do anymore. If you want to watch a documentary where they talk about that a lot, rewind this. I highly recommend rewind this. Go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime, so go watch it. But yeah, it also has European Vacation. I'm not a huge fan of European Vacation. I'm just now comparing the Blu-ray and the DVD special features here. Introduction by Chevy Chase, Randy Quaid, and producer Maddie Simmons. Yep. Griswold family commentary by Chase, Quaid, Simmons, Anthony Michael Hall, Dana Barron, and director Harold Ramis. Yep. Family Trickster Featurette Gallery. Well, I don't see that. Theatrical trailer. They do have a featurette on here. It might be that one. They have the theatrical trailer. Yep. Okay, well, it looks like they have all the same special features, or at least close to all the same special features as the DVD on here. So, yeah, why not upgrade to the Blu-ray? For $5. Not a bad deal. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? This is a movie that I don't think everybody liked, but I really thought it was cool. Stranger Than Fiction. I'm a writer. I'm a movie buff. I'm big into writing and stuff like that. And this is a really cool story, not about a writer necessarily, but there is a writer in the movie. It's kind of tangentially related, I guess I would say. It's about a guy who's like hearing voices in his head, and the voice he's hearing is the voice of an author in real life, and it's all really weird and It's crazy, but it's really cool too. So, yeah. If you like stuff like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and stuff that just really makes you think and really, you know, enhances your ability to think about the world and the way that it all works and everything, Stranger Than Fiction, really cool movie for that. And this has apparently some one or two special features that is not on the other version or something. I don't know, maybe not. But either way, this is the newer version, the special edition. So yeah, $5, not a bad deal. And then, okay, I think the Stranger Than Fiction actually didn't have any different special features. It was literally just special edition printed at the top of the exact same disc that they had before. But this movie definitely does have another special feature that is not on the original. Two actually special features that was not on the original Blu-ray that came out for this, and that is the Fugitive. This is the remastered edition. You can see the runaway hit remastered in stunning high def. I believe that's a remaster from the original, but from the original Blu-ray, but so it's a better version than the original Blu-ray. But I don't think that it's that noticeable or that different if it is a new master. I just wanted to get this one instead of the older one because it had some more special features. Now, I really like this movie. If you grew up in the 90s and you had any kind of movie channel at all for even like a month or two, or even just one of those weekend periods where they let you watch the movies on there for free, chances are you saw The Fugitive at least once or twice. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is a movie that they had on like network TV, like TBS and TNT and whatnot, quite a few times as well. So, I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, you saw The Fugitive. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. If you grew up in the 90s, you saw The Fugitive at least once. And so you know that this movie's pretty good. I mean, it's a little bombastic, and it definitely had scenes that became notorious and almost meme-worthy, and definitely inspired a lot of other films and whatnot. It's a really great movie. I really like this movie, even though I don't think people like it that much. I think a lot of people don't like The Fugitive. They don't feel like it's nearly as good as they remembered it, maybe, I guess. But I've seen it like once in the past 4 or 5 years, and from what I remember, I still liked it. So yeah, I really wanted to get this, so I picked it up. I also want to get the sequel, U.S. Marshals, but haven't picked that up yet. Just picked this one up. But you'll note something about this case here, alright? The original case had like the original artwork on the VHS, even back to the VHS. This has some of the original artwork here in a little box, and then it has in all white here except for the lettering, The Fugitive and Harrison Ford and all that. All white. All white around that, white, except for right here. There's a lot of white here. And I note that because you'll find that on a lot of new releases of Blu-rays and movies, because they're trying to cut down on the production costs. Severely trying to cut down the production costs. So they're making like, well, this will cost us less in ink, so we're going to put this out and do mostly white instead of putting any color on there, because if we put any color on there, it'll cost us more. So yeah, that's what I'm getting at here. There's a reason they do this. And of course, in an eco case, I understand why they do that. I understand. It doesn't mean I don't have to hate it, because if you look on the back here a little closer, yeah, there you can definitely see, thanks to the eco case, there's damage to it already. That's one of the reasons that when Blu-ray does finally become much more of a niche thing, it already is a niche, right? but when it becomes like officially, fully a huge niche that only niche communities are interested in, like you and me, that's one of the reasons that titles like these are not going to be worth a lot of money. Like, no matter what you do, The Fugitive, even this remastered edition, even this edition with 2 more special features than you get on the other edition, is never going to be worth more than maybe $10 at top price, even after it goes out of production. Like, it just will never be worth more than that. So anyways, that is an excellent segue into the next thing that I got. This is what I got from Amazon for $5. Mrs. Doubtfire, and this is proof positive of exactly what I was saying. Mrs. Doubtfire, if you remember the original release, which, by the way, this is just a re-release, it's the same exact disc to my knowledge. If you remember the original release, it had this same clip art, this same lettering, but it also had a picture of Robin Williams in the background. That is more ink that they have literally removed from this cover to reveal a mostly white image for Mrs. Doubtfire. And then, yeah, you go around here, more white, and clip art. So this is probably one of the cheapest re-releases I've ever seen. And yeah, the cheapness does not stop there. As you can see, the damage I accidentally caused without even realizing it. Thanks to an Eco case. Yeah, let me just take this out and reveal the Eco case. Yeah, Eco case. So, it's something to expect, but that's why I'm glad I'm only paying $5 for these. That's why I'm only willing to pay $5 for these. Are you listening, studios? Studios who are wondering why you can't make any money off of these releases? Are you listening to why I'm not paying you more than $5 for them? It's because without even attempting to do anything, even holding them gently and gingerly, I put them in a little pile, and that's what happens. They get instantly damaged through no fault of your own, nothing you did. It's a miracle it even showed up in regular good condition in a bubble mailer, because most releases like this, when you get them in a bubble mailer, Brandon Skinsip will tell you, I always mention him, I'm sorry, but yes, he will tell you, most of the time, these kinds of releases, when they show up on the doorstep, they're completely destroyed. If they're not completely destroyed, there is at least one part of the artwork that is completely fucked. So, when you make your releases so goddamn cheap that they can't even hold up to normal goddamn scrutiny, and you've got most people out there who are actually interested in buying these kinds of things are not interested in paying top dollar for something this cheap and flimsy. Especially when they're interested in buying them because they want to show these movies to their kids. Maybe. Maybe not this one. Maybe not. But, you know, a lot of movies are sold because people want something that they can buy to show to their kids, so that their kids can watch something and, you know, have some fun. And that comes into play frequently. This whole idea of, well, is my kid going to destroy this copy or not? Or should I get it on digital video, on video on demand, like Vudu? That's why Vudu has become so popular, especially among parents, because it becomes much less risk. The only risk you have there is maybe they'll take away the content that you paid for, which is a very real risk. I tell you right now, you do not believe it, but it is very fucking real. They've done it before, and they will do it again. I guarantee it. But, that being said, it's not as much of a risk as buying something like this, and within 5 seconds of not even handling it improperly, damaged. Like, I understand the complaints. I understand and fully agree with those complaints. So, yeah. Regardless, here, $15 at GoHastings. Not a bad haul. And then $5 on Amazon. Pretty good deal. even if it is, you know, a really shitty little release. So yeah, they're shitty little releases, but at least they're good movies, right? And now I own all the movies. And let me see, this one's an eco case. Alright, this one, the only not eco case in the crowd here. Wow. Although it kind of is an eco case. It's not the cutout kind, though. It's just the really thinner plastic kind, you know what I mean? Yeah. See? You can tell the other eco case. I prefer these eco cases, mind you, because they don't have the cutouts, right? But you can always tell them because they've got this nice little band here. That band is a sign of a cheap fucking Blu-ray case. But even if it's a cheap Blu-ray case, it's still a lot better and holds up a lot better in terms of integrity than one of these fucking cases. So, the studios out there, unless you're intentionally creating these shitty versions to try and drive people more to VOD, which I know is your end game, if you actually do care about, you know, pleasing your audience, both your video on demand audience and your physical copy audience, then that's my advice to you. Stop putting them in these fucking cases. These are goddamn horrible. Just stop it. Sorry that I got all blurry thanks to the auto zoom or whatever. Anyway. That'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you later. Peace.